Sorry for the interruption. So, before anything else, I would like to greet pleasant morning to all of you. Then, let's start with my topic. My topic is all about autoimmune hemolytic anemia. So, I will give a short definition regarding one by one for each word. So, let me start for autoimmunity. Autoimmunity is the failure of the organisms or the body to recognize its own parts as self. So, the tendency, the immune response will act against the body-owned cells or tissues. So, next slide. Hemolytic. So, hemolytic, from the words itself, hemo means blood. So, lytic or lysis means releasing or losing. So, hemolytic or hemolysis refers to the destruction of specifically the red blood cells. So, next is anemia. Anemia is a condition which the body having unhealthy RBCs. So, since the main characters of this disease is all about red blood cells, let me give you some introduction about red blood cells. Unfortunately, my video is not working, so I will just give a short definition regarding RBCs. RBCs are also known as erythrocytes. So, erythrocytes, this performs the most important blood duty in the body. Why? Because in a single drop of blood, it contains millions red blood cells. So these red blood cells are important in transferring oxygen throughout the body. So this RBCs has its best friend, so the hemoglobin. So this hemoglobin plays the important parts with the red blood cells because without the hemoglobin, the red blood cells will not function. And why these red blood cells are called red blood cells, not blue blood cells, not violet? Because the responsible for the color of these red blood cells is hemoglobin. This is the chemical protein or the pigment, this hemoglobin. So, autoimmune hemolytic anemia. This one, autoimmune hemolytic anemia is a group of disorders characterized by malfunction of the immune system that produces antibodies which attack red blood cells as if they were substance foreign to the body. So, the body itself, she recognized the red blood cells as a foreign body. So, the tendency, the immune response will act and will fight with these red blood cells. The tendency, destruction of the red blood cells. So, let's proceed to the signs and symptoms because I know some of us will be having duty with that. Signs and symptoms. So, the signs and symptoms I should show with these slides. Let me begin with the central nervous system. So, one signs and symptoms of this disease is fatigue, headache, dizziness, and the severe complication which is fainting, sudden loss of consciousness. So, why this happened? Because hemoglobin, as I said before, is a protein that carries oxygen from the lungs throughout the bloodstream. So, once the red blood cells is being destroyed, so the hemoglobin will be decreased. So, no oxygen will be delivered throughout the body. Secondly is yellowish discoloration of the eyes and skin. So, how it happens? So, this yellowish, or in a medical term, jaundice, refers to the yellowish color of the skin or white of the eyes. When the RBCs dies, the lifespan of the RBCs is 120 days, so maximum 4 months like that. They release, once the RBCs die, they release hemoglobin into the bloodstream, and this hemoglobin is broken into a compound called bilirubin. So this bilirubin carries by albumin, and they will store and be concentrate in gallbladder, and it will be secreted in the duodenum in the small intestine, and then transferred to the large intestine, which it becomes pieces. That's why our stool sometimes it's color yellow. And urobilin, which be secreted in the kidney through urine. So one of the signs also shortness of breath. And then regarding the heart, patient may feel palpitations and increased heart rate. How? Because the heart is trying to compensate with the decreased oxygen in the body. So the heart trying to pump so that the oxygen will be transferred throughout the body. But once the red blood cells are being destroyed, so no oxygen will be delivered. And then this will be cause angina or ischemia in the lungs. Sometimes it will lead to heart attack. Weakness and tiredness, of course, due to decreased oxygen level of the body. So this one is splenomegaly. Splenomegaly because we all know that spleen is responsible for the destroyed RBCs. And the transportation of the hemoglobin once the RBCs what do you call this one? Get old or weaker, they are ruptured or destroyed, and then the hemoglobin will release. This hemoglobin will be separated into heme and globin. This globin will be transferred to amino acids, and then this heme will be shifted to biliverdin, which is converted to bilirubin. And then, as I said before, this will be carried by the albumin to the gallbladder for concentration and storage. As the picture shown, this one. So, hemoglobinuria also. Change of stool. I have a question. Do you want to see some samples? Yes or no?
Yes.
You want to see? Are you sure?
Yes.
Yes?
Finish breakfast.
Finish bread.
Yes.
Okay, this is the one example.
Parang kadiri. Parang may kono.
This one.
Parang kanin. Nadik. Parang tapa. Dinigo. Lain. Ay, sarap.
Are your stool same with this stool?
No. Wow. Cough.
So let's proceed with the laboratory. So first important for this lab investigation is the complete blood count. Complete blood count, this one measures many parts of the blood. So specifically the red blood cells. This test checks your hemoglobin and hematocrit. So hemoglobin, as I said before, iron-rich proteins in RBCs that carries oxygen in the body. So hematocrit measure on how much space RBCs takes up in your blood. So for hemolytic anemia, the hemoglobin will be decreased. So another investigation is reticulocytes count. This reticulocytes counts measures the number of young RBCs. So liver function test is very important also. Why? Because the level of unconjugated bilirubin in blood is elevated. So this lactate dehydrogenase as a markers of tissue breakdown. So once the hemolytic anemia occurs, the number of LDH is increased. So important also is the level of haptoglobin. So this haptoglobin will be decreased because this haptoglobin actually is a protein produced by the liver. It connects to the certain type of hemoglobin in the blood. So hemoglobin is a protein in the RBCs that carries oxygen, right? But this hemoglobin will not function once the iron is not present. So iron is an essential part of hemoglobin. Without iron, hemoglobin cannot function. So haptoglobins, main role of these haptoglobins is to save iron by attaching itself, this haptoglobin, with the hemoglobin. So it will save iron. So this one, urine and fecal urobilinogen also. So peripheral smear, this one is, the doctors will order this one because it sometimes change the normal. This test is used to see whether the RBC shape is changed or not.
Di ba tayo ba?
So bone marrow test also needed because bone marrow is the one responsible for releasing the mature red blood cells. So Combs test, this one I have a video but unfortunately not functioning. So I will not be able to discuss this one. Let's proceed to the treatment. So people with hemolytic anemia, the mild symptoms, no treatment for this mild hemolytic anemia. So we will focus on severe hemolytic anemia. People who have severe hemolytic anemia usually need ongoing treatment. How is hemolytic anemia treated? These include first is blood transfusion, but one should avoid transfusion unless absolutely necessary. So BT is used to treat the severe or life-threatening hemolytic anemia. A common procedure which the blood will be transfused to the body, of course through an IV access. So in autoimmune hemolytic anemia, typing and cross-matching is very difficult. So when this one is needed, you should transfuse the least incompatible blood with the patient. So the risk of destruction of transfused blood is high, but the degree of hemolysis depends on the rate of infusion. So therefore, one should slowly transfuse the half of the packed red blood cells to prevent rapid destructions of the red blood cells. So of course, prescribed medicines. For this autoimmune hemolytic anemia, the patient needs corticosteroids. The first treatment choice is the prednisone. So this prednisone can stop immune system or limit its ability to make antibodies against RBC. So, but if you don't respond with the corticosteroids, it depends to the doctor to change these medicines. So plasmapheresis. This plasmapheresis, a procedure that removes antibodies from the blood. So this procedure, the blood is taken from the body of the patient using a needle or inserted into a vein. So the difference between the dialysis and this plasmapheresis, the dialysis, the patient has fistula. But this plasmapheresis, you will insert only needed through the vein. So the plasma, which contains antibody, is separated from the rest of the blood. And then after that, the plasma from the donor and the rest of the parts of the blood will be put back into the patient's body. I have also video regarding this one, but this is not working again. So surgery, that is, this one is splenectomy and bone marrow transplant. So this splenectomy, this will be ordered by the surgeon or the doctor once the spleen or an enlarged or diseased spleen may remove due to abnormal RBCs. So removing the spleen can stop or reduce high rates of RBCs destruction. So second one is the bone marrow transplant. So this one may need in some case of hemolytic anemia like thalassemia. So bone marrow doesn't make, this one will, you need to transplant bone marrow because bone marrow does not help the body. So it makes unhealthy RBCs. So it can also destroy the RBCs before the normal lifespan. So of course, fit for life, healthy lifestyle. If you have an hemolytic anemia, take good care of yourself. See your doctor regularly and follow your treatment. So ask your doctor about to reduce your chance of getting infections such as, for example, your immune response is decreased. So staying away from people who are sick and avoiding large crowds of people, or just wear a mask. So avoiding certain kinds of foods that can expose you to bacteria. First, wash your hands. Then if you have, because we have two types of autoimmune hemolytic anemia, one is warm and one is cold. So if you have cold autoimmune hemolytic anemia, you just stay away from the cold temperature. So during cold weather, just wear warm coat, or when you're taking foods from the rep, you just wear gloves like that. So that's the end of my topic. Thank you for listening and sorry for the interruption.
Interruption.
It's my turn.
Bakit interruption? Yung inalis ko po hindi naman po yung video. Buti naman. Sobrang hindi mo po. Picture na. Off ko na to. Hindi, tayo muna. Galing. Tawan. Hindi na bu. Chechi! Jackie good? Ha? Ay, nasa na si Jackie? Okay na. Bye-bye, Jackie. Picture.